Hi everyone, it's Monica, and welcome back to Tailor-Made Cards for You. Today's video is going to be all about layered backgrounds, and I'm going to share with you some of the techniques that I use to create some of my layered backgrounds. Now, one of the simplest ways to create a layered background, of course, is to use ephemera. But when you're working with ephemera, the more that you layer, the thicker the card is going to be. So you're going to want to be careful not to just layer some of your backgrounds with ephemera. You're going to want to use a combination, such as I did on this particular card. Some of these cards have combination layers of paper, stamps, and ephemera. And I'm going to share with you today some of the ways that I create my backgrounds using all three of these items. So let's get started. Now, there are many paper stacks out there that will already give you the layered look. This paper stack from Tim Holtz is an example of that. This is his Memoranda 12 by 12 paper stack, and as you can see, it already gives you several pages that looks like it has layers. It has different combinations of papers, yet it's still a flat surface. So you could easily start out with a paper stack that has already got the layered look. Now, another way that you can achieve the layered look is to start out with a stamp set that already has a layered design. This set from Tim Holtz is an example of that. Now, if you didn't want to start out with the stamp set that already has a predetermined design, you could easily use a combination of stamps. This stamp set from Tim Holtz is one that I used to create some of these cards, and I'm going to show you what I did along with these number stamps to create some of these backgrounds. So for my first background, I'm going to go ahead and start off with a white piece of paper and my MISTI. Oversized stamps make great backgrounds, and I'm going to be working with an oversized stamp from Dough Crafts. This acrylic stamp measures 6 by 8.5 and is called Steampunk. What I really love about this stamp is it has all sorts of designs. It's very eclectic, so you can easily stamp a oversized piece of paper and then cut down your cardstock to the design you want to use. You can easily get several cards off of one stamped piece of paper. The oversized stamp enables you to have several designs, and you can easily use a die cut or fussy cut some of these images out, or even backgrounds to create several cards. Now, I'm using a MISTI and some black archival ink to stamp this image. But if you don't have a MISTI, one tip that I can give you is to ink up the stamp set and then actually put the white cardstock over the stamp and then rub the white cardstock. This way you can get a nice imprint using an oversized stamp. Unless you have a really big acrylic block, it's going to be difficult to stamp with this set. So by simply laying the stamp ink side up, adding your ink, and then adding your paper over the image and pressing down will allow you to get a nice crisp image. Now, because I am going for a layered background, I wanted to add some color just to distinguish between some of the images. The three distressed oxide colors that I'm using are Fired Brick, Peeled Paint, and Wilted Violets. Now, because I already had this stamp already inked up, I decided to bring in another piece of white cardstock to create another layered background using different colors of my oxides. So once I was finished stamping my images, I did cut down the cardstock to 5 by 7 and then the black and white pieces to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. These will give me nice starter pieces to use when creating a layered card. Now, not only can you create this layered technique on your cardstock, but you can also do it on tags. This stamp set from Tim Holtz is called Etc., and it has some great stamps to create your layered design. So now that you get the idea, I'm going to go ahead and speed up the video and add some music while I finish off these backgrounds. So I hope that you've enjoyed my process in creating some of my layered backgrounds, and that I've given you some ideas and new techniques to use in your crafting. As always, I will leave a list of all the products that I've used to create these cards, along with the links to the stores. If you enjoyed the video, I would sure appreciate a thumbs up, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you head out. All right, everyone, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you again next time.